Hello, welcome. My name is Tilly Reid and this is Luna. I wanted to chat today about how you can help yourself when you worry about things that you can't control. Because it's so easy to get caught up in the worrying about things and the ruminating and just thinking, well, what do I do? What if it doesn't go this way? What if it does go this way? Basically, I had an interview this morning. And as these things go, you have an interview, but you're never quite sure how they go. You get an inkling, you think, well, I answered okay, I think. And then it's over, and obviously then the waiting game happens, and I started worrying and going, well, I could have answered that better, and maybe I didn't answer that as well as I could have done, and I should have said this, and but there's different aspects to the role that I wasn't sure about, and there's just lots of things that kind of came up for me, and I've just stopped myself and gone, hang on a minute. Why am I worrying about something that hasn't even happened yet? I don't know how it's going to look. I don't know anything really far from the job specification that I got given. So why am I worrying? So what tips can we use to help ourselves to just help ourselves worry a little bit less and let go of that control a little bit? Because we all like to feel like we've got some kind of control. And we have in some ways. We have control over a lot of things, but there's also a lot of things that we can't control. I can control how I was in that interview, but I can't control whether they hire me or not. That is something that I've got to let go and leave and just kind of get on with my day. This all comes back to that idea of when you're ruminating over things in your head, and then, and 9 times out of 10 in that moment, you're okay. It's just because you're worrying about something that either hasn't happened yet or has happened and you're worrying about it. So how can we help ourselves? Well, I've got some tips. The first one is schedule some worry time. And this might sound counterproductive. You're like, well, but I don't want to worry. Okay, well, give yourself a time to do it. Do it in the morning, do it in the evening when you get back. Just this short amount of time to go, okay, maybe journal on it, write it all out. What am I worried about? Why am I worried about this? Get it all out. Maybe you want to talk to a friend about that. That's also good, a trusted friend that you just need to get this out and say, look, I just need you to listen. You might not want any advice about it particularly. You just want to speak the words out, and just get it out there, which I find helps a lot. Develop a realistic sense of control. So this is about you looking at the things that you can control. Like for me now, I can control the way that I am in my day now. I know that they're not going to get back to me about this job for another 3 days. I think they said they've got interviews. So that's a few days. And I was like, I don't want to be worrying for all those days. So I need to, practice self-care, self-compassion, kindness to myself, all those wonderful, lovely practices that you do, just go into them, journal it, and be with yourself. Look for evidence as well. When you're worrying about something, sometimes it's stuff that hasn't happened and it might not happen. So when you're, me, for example, I was worrying about this job because I was thinking, it's in different areas. I want a specific area to work. And I was like, but what if they offer me a job in this area? And it's a bit of a trek to drive to. And what if it's part-time? What if it's a temporary contract? All these things. And I was kind of getting wrapped in my head about it. Is it true? No. Ask yourself if it's true. No, because I don't know. I don't know anything at this point. I don't know if I'm going to be offered a job, what that job will look like. I don't know. So it's not true. So I can let it go. Put it away. Put it to one side. Don't be a mind reader. You know, we can get caught up in this idea that we know what people are thinking. We're like, oh, but you know, or they probably thought I was an idiot because I didn't answer that question well, and they had to ask me a few follow-up questions to kind of get the answer out of me. And oh God, I bet they thought that I was just, you know, a bit stupid, not really know. I don't know that. I don't know that. And I probably wasn't. I'm sure they understand that people get nervous in job interviews because it's scary, it's nerve-wracking. You feel like you're on show, you know, it's a vulnerable place to be. So no mind reading. Mindfulness is always a good one to come back to. I think in any way, I think it's just a good practice to have to deal with a lot of things, you know, that being in present in the moment, in the now, the only time you are alive in the now, and seeing where you're at and going, I'm okay. Nothing, you know, I haven't got anything trying to chase me and eat me, or, you know, like we would have done. Nothing is stressing me out right now. The only thing that's stressing me out is things that are in my head. And I can learn to let go of them with all the practices, you know. I would also recommend, if this is something that triggers you, stepping away from social media. I can get definitely into the habit of doom scrolling and going through and going, oh my God, everyone else's lives look amazing. Look at them. They're living their lives. They've got the jobs that they want. They're doing the thing. And I'm like, I'm over here just applying for jobs, you know. But that's not good. That's not good for you. And if you notice that negative patterns and comparisons starting to happen, just step away. Just have a little break from it. You know, maybe you put it away for the evening. Maybe you have a day or maybe a couple of days where you don't look at it. Like, I always feel so much better when I don't look at my phone. So yeah, this is how we can help ourselves, and a few little tips to help ourselves to try and not worry as much and let it go. So have a good day, everyone.